I believe that police chiefs are put in positions for a reason. In most cases, our communities vote them in, and they have a background that reflects that they are the best person for this position of being the police chief of their local police station. I think there needs to be a call to action that goes out to all of the police chiefs that are leaders and captains of their police department. And they need to be summoned to the White House so that we can have an open and very uncomfortable dialogue about what needs to happen and how we need to go about rebuilding the trust in our communities. Period. Some of y'all won't agree with it. This is my ideas, and I'll stand by my ideas. And they also need to be developed. They need to be thought out, and that's why I'm asking you. Don't attack me. I need you to chime in and form your opinion of how we could actually pull this off. How can we work together to make a difference in our communities? Now, I want y'all to understand something. You have the police officers, and then you got the captain. The captain, its mentality, the mind state, their approach to leadership is normally a direct reflection of the members of the force. If you're doing aggressive brutality, killing, and you being abusive with your power, it is very embarrassing and becomes a direct reflection of the lack of leadership. That's my opinion. So all of these different communities, where the crime and the murder and the dysfunctional rates are through the roof, my brothers keepers, we need to put a call to action to get all of the police chiefs to Washington in a room for a couple of days. Because all you can do is speak up on your individual issues in individual areas, but if you clump it all together, it's all one and the same. I understand that there are people out there in the communities that are waking up doing negative, bad, and dysfunctional things every day, and not every saint. There's not saints in every community. I'm clear, I get it. But there's a lot of innocent people that are waking up every day just trying to feed their families, take care of their mothers and grandmothers and grandfathers, and be college students, and wake up every day trying to make the best of the situation and circumstances that they live in. And that was me. I'm not speaking as a man that's famous with money, because that ain't been my whole story my whole life. Everybody who knows me, they knows that I was born and raised in the Watts, and born and raised in Watts, South Central LA my whole life. So I am the voice of the people. There's a lot of people that got opinions from the suburbs. That ain't me, homie. I'm from these streets. For real. So I understand what the relationship is when you live in the hood and you're dealing with the police. And you're dealing with the police that sometimes abuse their power. Well, not sometimes, in a lot of cases, a lot of times. So there's this ongoing issue and rivalry in the hood against the police. And there's been a lot of police that's died and got killed in a line of fire. Nobody wants to not see their brother or their sister. Whether you're a regular civilian or you're a police officer. Nobody wants to die. Nobody wants to miss a birthday, holidays, Christmases. No one wants to miss any of these moments. So I need y'all to help me. I want you to write in the comments, chime in. Don't attack me. Write your comments. Share this video. Do whatever you have to do to get this video to the president and the top people that's a part of this organization that he told me about tonight called My Brother's Keeper. Let me give you one more example. There's an organization called CIS, and it stands for Communities and Schools. The person who got me involved is Elaine Wynn, who I consider the first lady of Las Vegas. Elaine Wynn got me involved with CIS and what they specialize in, and as well as the founder of CIS is Bill Milliken and the whole team. Shout out to the whole CIS team, including Jillian Manis. What CIS does is they will recognize a school or a community where the dropout rate is crazy. Most of the kids in either junior high school or high school, the dropout rate is off the charts. So they will appoint someone from CIS to physically work on the campus with the president, with the team, and the entire staff of that school, whether junior high school or high school. If you know anything about CIS, I want you to talk about it in the comments and also post a bunch of links after you Google it and look it up on the internet. There's plenty of money that's been funding it, but there's also way more money that could be funding this. Their mission is to decrease the dropout rate. What is the point of me mentioning CIS? CIS statistics have been off the charts. If you're a principal or a staff or a faculty and the school that you work at, dropout rate is off the charts, they submerge onto your campus, start changing the mind state of the leadership of the school, and then the dropout rate decreases. It goes down. They have statistics. It is a fact. This is the reason why I'm saying that the leaders that work at these schools, the police chiefs that work in these communities, as well as the police captains and whatever else these positions are, once we change the mind state of the leaders, I believe that the relationship and the energy and the vibe amongst our communities will change. So this is my message to President Obama. I love you. I know you are waking up every single day trying your best. First Lady, Mrs. President, Mrs. Michelle Obama, I know you've been mainly focusing on education and health, which is amazing and very influential to use your stage on that. But we need to change the mind state of these leaders. That's the police chiefs and the captains, the most influential people in these police stations. New York City, St. Louis, Chicago, LAPD, all of these different communities, Kansas City, St. Louis, Ferguson. You change the mind and it's going to change lives. You change the leadership and their approach to leadership. When people die, this is not a laughing matter. This is not for a police officer who kills somebody to get a pat on the hand and say, it's okay. We'll do whatever we got to do internally to see to it that this problem goes away. Because if you go down and you end up going to jail for killing someone innocent, then the morale and the energy amongst the whole community is going to go down. If we allow you, if you end up going to jail for what you clearly did that was wrong, then the entire community is going to give up on all of us. I disagree with that. I think that if there's justice, then it will send the message. It will send the right, correct message that if you do wrong, there's consequences. And that way, all of the other police officers who have no, it's in their interest to say, yeah, look, man, rather you did wrong or you're using too much force or being abusive with your power. We're all police officers, so I have to stand with you. Most of these guys on the force don't want to stand with you. But they have to, because they wear a badge and they made a commitment to the community just like you did. And one bad person with malicious intent can become a reflection of the whole force. So again, it's about leadership. That's my opinion. And I'm sure a lot of y'all share the same opinion. That's not going to be the entire answer, but I think it'll be a healthy first step in changing up some of these things that are going on in our communities. I'm using my voice. I want you to use your voice and chime in. It's not about attacking. It's not about tearing people down. It's about trying to use your voice to exchange some dialogue about what can be done. Continue doing peaceful marches. Continue protesting. Continue doing any means necessary to make sure that your voice is being heard. We don't call 911 to be murdered. We call 911 to be protected, feel safe in our communities, protect our family, our children, and our loved ones. And at some point, my prayer is that we are able to restore the faith between police officers and the people in our cities, especially the inner city, where I'm from. God bless you. I will not delete this message because I live for what I stand for. God bless you.